Alright, so after 10,000 rides, I've been all across the state of Florida. I've been as far north as Gainesville. I've been to Jacksonville. I've been west to like Naples. I've been around. I've been around the state of Florida. Now, I am from Florida, obviously. I'm from Miami, to be exact. And I've taken rides all across the state. I haven't taken any rides outside of the state because I think it's a 4-hour limit or whatever, but I've damn sure been close. At this point, I have done 11,000 rides. That's a lot of rides, right? 11,000 rides. And I'm still an Uber driver, obviously. I have a good time doing it. I enjoy doing Uber. I enjoy meeting new people. And I'm still learning. Shout out to the guys in the group because I'm still learning new ways of how to make money, new areas that I could go to, new strategies. I'm not burnt out. After 10,000 rides, I am enjoying myself. Which is hard to say for a lot of people. Because a lot of people, they don't like doing Uber anymore. A lot of people look at the pay and it's like, oh my gosh, the pay sucks. Ah. Or they look at these passengers and it's like, these passengers suck. Ah. Or they just, I don't know, they just have different things going on in their life and don't want to do Uber. You know, everybody does it for their own reasons, right? But I'm still doing it. I started driving 5 years ago. 5 years ago during the pandemic. I ain't gonna tell y'all the story again, but I started driving Uber as a way to make money, obviously, because I was trying to pay my bills. My bills were still due, and no matter that the economy was shut down, no matter that we was in a pandemic, I still had to pay my bills. Guess what? Even though everything was shut down, Netflix did not care. Netflix was still charging me. And if I didn't pay Netflix, well, I wouldn't have been able to see nothing on TV during that time. And I would have really been in the struggle. So, I mean, it is what it is. I started driving Uber in my little old Honda Accord. I had a little basic vehicle and I was doing X. I used to drive and I used to do I was doing at least 20 to 30 rides a day when I first started that first year. Once it started picking up, I was taking everything. I didn't care. I had 100% acceptance rate. I was diamond. And yeah, when I first started, I cared so much about my ratings. I had a 5.0 rating. At that time, when you first start, they allowed the passengers to basically rate you. Well, leave like little comments. So my comments are amazing because I was just so into it. I was going above and beyond. I would be the person that would like literally, like I would drive people. Like now that I think about it, I went above and beyond. I was the person that, okay, when it rained, I was backing up to your driveway. I'm making sure that you can just get out on your sidewalk. I was helping old ladies across the street. I was just doing a lot. Like I never had like snacks and stuff in my car because I was just like, nah, I don't got no money for that. But what I did do, I definitely used to cater to people. I still kind of cater to people. But I definitely used to add stops. I used to add stops in the sense of like, you don't have to pay me. You don't have to like, oh, you want to go to like McDonald's. You want to go to like Burger King. Wherever you want to go, I got you. You know what? Listen, if the app gonna charge you, I'll refund you. I used to go above and beyond because I thought that meant that these people were gonna tip me. I thought that doing that meant it was great customer service. So again, like I said, I cared about my rating. I was bending over backwards for people. I'm just saying, I was. I was getting taken advantage of, obviously. Really taken advantage of. Because people, when you do X rides, people don't care. Well, when you do any type of ride, honestly, it's not just X rides, but it's just like, they don't care. Nobody cares. Everybody's just trying to get what they want in that sense. And I learned my lesson a lot. So when I first started, I was taking everything, and I didn't have a concept of a strategy. I just worked, and I worked, and I worked. And I remember I used to work late at night, and I would pick up from the clubs. I still remember it. I had a passenger break my window, and I didn't even know that you could, like, I messaged customer support, but I took the L. So basically, okay, so I remember when I first started driving, I had a passenger that I picked up from the club, and we started driving. We just driving, about 10 minutes into the drive, whatever. He says, hey, can I roll the window down? Again, I'm new to Uber. I'm new to this whole driving people around thing. I'm not thinking anything of it. So I roll the window down. I got my music in my ear. I'm zoned out. I'm driving because I love to drive. Like, personally, I love to drive. I'm a driver at heart. That's why I started doing Uber. I was like, I might as well get paid for it. So I got this person in the car. He asked me to roll the window down. We driving, I'm just having a good time up in front. I'm zoned out, paying attention to the road, doing my thing. And something in my mind, something in my heart tells me, look in the rearview mirror. By rearview mirror, I mean that mirror that's right there on the right side. Something says, look in that mirror. But I'm like, nah, you know how you fight those voices? I'm like, nah, it can't be nothing, man. Whatever, I'm tripping. We was on the highway. Well, no, we wasn't on the highway. We was just riding down the street. Again, it's late at night, so it was like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Ain't nothing out there. I'm like, nah, ain't nothing in there. So I'm driving. Something tell me to really look in that mirror. So I'm like, all right, this is the second time I'm feeling this type of way. Let me just check this mirror. So I glance over there real quick, and I keep back driving. You know what I'm saying? You know how you just kind of look real quick? And out of my peripheral vision, I see somebody in the mirror. So it's just like, what? Why do I feel like that's somebody on the... Yo, this dude is sitting on my window, hanging out the car, just having a good time, just chilling. I'm like, yo, out of all of the things that you could have been doing, you decided that you wanted to sit on the window. Now, I'm a guy. Sitting on the window ain't comfortable. I'm just gonna tell you. I don't know how this man was sitting so comfortably on my window. I mean, he was obviously drunk, cause it ain't a comfortable space. But he was sitting on top of the window. So I, in a not so nicely way, turn around. Hey, yeah, get off my window. That's what I said. Because this is recorded, that's what I said. I said it nicely. Like, hey, can you please get down from my window? Oh, man. Yeah. And I remember it to this day. Why? Was what the guy said. What you mean, why? Mother... Like I said, can you please get down from my window, was how I said it, because this is recorded. And I politely helped him off of my window. Now, again, I was new to Uber. So I didn't kick him out of the car because I thought I still had to complete the ride. Ah. I mean, we had an exchange, but I thought I still had to take him home. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate because I didn't know what I didn't know, and so I took him home, got him to his place, and rode off. Guess what happens when I ride off? I try to roll my window up. But because this man, I don't know, 100, 200 pound man, 300 pound, I don't know how much he weighed. He was fairly skinny. So I say 100, 200 pound man was sitting on my window. Guess what happened to the window? It broke. It broke. So this guy, I'm trying to do, I don't know how much the ride was. It was $10, $20, $30, whatever. This $30 ride ends up breaking my window. And now everybody universally would say, oh, contact Uber. Uber gonna pay you for that window. I didn't know to contact Uber. I contacted customer support. Guess what customer support says? Can y'all guess what customer support says? Customer support says, provide a picture of your window before he sat on it. Who takes pictures of your window? They said, prove it. Show us a picture before he sat on it that the window worked. So what you telling me is I needed to show you a video of the window going up and down to prove that this was the guy that broke my window. Needless to say, I still have not gotten paid for that window. I had to go and fix it myself. Again, I didn't know what I know now. So, after 11,000 rides, and a lot of situations like that of getting got, what do I know now? What's the point of this video? I know now, if you're going to be an Uber driver, you got to come into this and think of it as a business. Every ride you take has to be a business decision. You need to factor whether this is a smart business decision or a dumb business decision. If you care about your mileage, you need to pay attention to the mileage of the offer. I care about the passenger's rating. I pay attention to that. No more I do 4.8 and above. And really, if you're a 4.8, I'm really not trying to take you. Realistically, 4.9 and above is what I do. I do 4.9. Now, today, I pay attention to my passengers as they're walking to my car. Then I didn't do that. I let them walk to my car. The other thing that I've learned is don't count on Uber. So just restating, don't count on Uber to save you. Uber does not care. Uber done made their money and they could care less about what happens in your car. Obviously, I'm not saying like, if you get into an accident, you get unalived. Like, yeah, that's a tragic situation. But what I mean is, if something happens in your car, what they gonna do? Nothing. They're gonna ask you for proof. So you definitely need a dash cam. You need a dash cam for your safety, just in case, because these passengers rely on you. That's the second thing that I learned. Passengers rely on you. They'll lie on you at a dime. If they feel like they can get a free ride, they will lie on you. I'm sorry to say, but they will lie like all heaven. So you gotta know that passengers rely on you. So you gotta protect yourself, in other words. That's the second thing that I learned. Protect yourself. So when I seen that this guy was drunk, I shouldn't have let him in my car. Number two, obviously, I have the child lock on. I have the window lock on, so he can't just roll down my window. But yeah, I shouldn't have let him in my car because he was drunk. And that's not even saying that he threw up in the car or nothing like that. Now, after 11,000 rides, the other thing that I know, you really want to make money with Uber, you got to know your market, man. Know your market for real, for real. I'm not just talking about like, oh, sometimes it's busy around this area. These are the hot spots. No. I mean, you got to know your market. Know your market for real, for real. Know the traffic patterns. Know where you really gonna make the money at and where you're not. You don't want to be stuck in traffic. You don't want to be stuck in traffic and not making no money, in other words. Know the traffic patterns. Know where it's really good to be at and where it's really bad to be at. Know the directions. Know the best areas. Because when you talk about the higher premium rides, you got to know where to go to get those premium rides. And knowing your market plays such a role. But yeah, after 11,000 rides, I guess all I really know is that this ain't for the faint of heart. And if you want to be an Uber driver, you're going to go through some stuff, but you can make it out on the other side if you just keep pushing. Yeah. And one of the ways that I keep pushing, as I always promote, is being a part of a community. And there's a bunch of communities out here. There's one community, shout out to Ms. Lynn. She has a community, Drivers Coast to Coast. If you are on X or Twitter, you can definitely get a part of that community. They do it every Monday at, I think it's 7 o'clock. It's either 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I know she's gonna beat me up. That's one community. Another community that I do, my community is the one, all you gotta do is download Telegram. You download the app Telegram and you hit the link in the description. That is the community that I do. It's more so for Florida people. I'm biased, but anybody can join. It's a free group. But yeah, it's more so for Florida people because I'm biased. But I do recommend getting a part of a community. And lastly, if you got any other comments, you got any concerns, anything like that, leave them down below. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm charging. And so, yep, it's time for me to go. So, see ya.